want to listen to you guys. Uh, the first one is that we should produce something like a digitalized version of all suggestions, the best ones that are contributed by the people who are into science and people who are not, but if they're worthwhile, why not? We need to consider them. And that would be like a notebook that would be, shared with members of the group so that we can kind of implement those ideas, the best ones. Okay. Now we have the opportunity in many places to plant trees, and that's what we're doing. My wife and I are planting fruit trees, especially. 2 days ago, I planted, like a peach tree, but they're all around my house, which is your house. uh, we have lots of different types of fruit trees, and there's an area in front of our house that is like a park, but we also put like a lot of trees and flowers and all that. The point here is that the warming of the atmosphere is due to the ratio between oxygen and carbon dioxide. Okay, so what plants do for our planet is they take the carbon dioxide, and through photosynthesis, they provide us with a lot of oxygen. So this is the first suggestion, that every single family should have plants, no matter in which way. Fruit trees, flowers, uh, whatever, way they can have lots of plants all around so that we produce more oxygen. That's the first suggestion. And I heard your idea about getting the mirrors so that we could reflect sunlight back into the atmosphere, and to outer space. And I thought, why don't we do this proposition or suggestion that all roofs should be painted white? Just imagine if we had, like towns, entire towns, where the houses, if possible, could be painted in white, or the roofs, at least the roofs, could be painted in that color. And I know that some places in southeastern Mexico, like Cancun, Yucatan, maybe, they have entire places where they have all these communities in white, and we can try something similar. So those are my three ideas, along with the notebook that we can, in which we can share all that we consider, feasible. And okay, so this is it.
Beautiful. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Very good. Very good. Yeah, the trees is a big topic in the world today. For the solar radiation management, the rooftop is a great idea. It gets us part of the way there. Even if all the rooftops in the world were painted white or silver and reflecting the sunlight back into space, that would still only solve a fraction of the problem. And so we need huge arrays of mirrors in the oceans as well. So it all adds up. It all adds up. But the nice thing also about doing it in the cities is it helps cool the city locally, local cooling. So we need both local cooling and planetary cooling. Like when you drive from San Diego to Tijuana, suddenly you feel the temperature rise.
Correct.
Have you felt that? And then you drive to San Diego and you feel it cool, right?
Right.
I think that's mainly because of the vegetation. There's more vegetation on the San Diego side than the Tijuana side, right?
And I was thinking also, I'm sorry, I was thinking also that if possible, you know, the roads could be now built with a type of material that is white, so that all the roads become reflective. And that was one idea also, you know, to come up with more and more surfaces and areas, you know, of white on our planet. And also, I just want to tell you, my career is, well, I graduated as an engineer on agriculture, and I can share with the people how to recycle and do composting, and a technique that has works very, very well to plant any type of tree. Of course, there needs to be like a correlation between the type of plants you have and the climate. That's for sure, and everybody knows it. But the way I have, you know, I have received some ideas from different people, and the technique has been kind of improved, so I can, uh, you know, share everything I have with people, because that way they can have the benefit of having plants in their around their homes, and they contribute also to the cooling of the atmosphere. Whenever you consider, you know, I can uh, come up with a 50-minute presentation on this, no, right? Because it's my specialty, and I love it. You know, I think it's wonderful to have plants in my house. Um, in different times of the year, we just go to the garden and get stuff. You know, and also there's so much food that we have to share it with people. It's impossible for us to eat it all. So, but it's cool because the earth is so generous, and I think this this is, as you said, it's just part of the solution. It's not all, but whatever we can do to help, it's good. Okay, thank you.
Exactly. Very good, Alberto. Thank you. Thank you.
All right.
All right, let me check the ladies here. Jackie, Ida, you still there? All right, and I see my friend Ryan is there. Ryan, hey, how are you, Ryan?
Hi, Ryan.
Good.
Awesome.
Okay.
Good to see you.
Hi.
Good to see you too.
I was just doing a leprechaun thing for St. Patrick's Day.
Well, Ryan, we have been here for almost 13 hours straight video conference, and we will be here all night long, all night long, all night long, all night long, all night, all night. So Ryan,
Oh, long.
you
All
can,
right.
yeah.
Jamie, can I share something?
Sure, Alberto.
Okay. Maybe everybody knows that Paul McCartney, he's a very important advocate of vegetarianism. Do you guys know that? He's vegetarian? Paul McCartney, you know, the Beatle. And it is something that we are, you know, considering as very, very important. The new generations are coming up with better ideas than ours, because we grew vegetarians, but now, as I can see, you know, on the T-shirt it says veganism, right? is that Mayra's T-shirt?
That's Jackie. She's
Jackie.
Yamin
Oh, Jackie.
from the Universal Great Brotherhood. She's a Yamin.
Wow, that's cool. As I was saying that now the new generations, like Jackie, they're proposing veganism, which is like kind of ahead in terms of respecting all forms of life. And I want to just mention one idea from our founder or co-founder of the Universal Great Brotherhood. He said, as long as there's people eating meat on earth, there will be no peace on earth. This is a very, very important teaching because the moment, and I put it the other way around, the moment we all humans respect animals, it is going to be so easy. Because if you know that all of the tons of leaders, I mean I'm sorry, I'm mixing the units, the so many leaders that are used to feed a cow, just one cow, and then in less than 3 hours people have their hamburgers and eat it all, but the mess that is left behind because of that cow, that that you used so many acres to feed it, and where kind of where the trees were cut down, and it creates that imbalance, right? So we need more areas of green, and we can produce more cereals and all kind of crops, and all that water would be used to grow them and to feed hundreds of families instead of killing one innocent cow. Yeah, so it is super important that we turn around this, that we promote veganism every way we can. I mean, everywhere. Uh, to our contacts, and that's why in San Diego we have this group that is called Seres de Luz, because it's in Spanish. But everyone, as you said, we are bilinguals. And Seres de Luz are people that are mostly vegetarian, if not vegans. And so that's where we share all of our ideas and events and all of our work. For example, on March 10, we have this yoga class in the public library of City Heights. And it's near downtown San Diego. And after that, I'm going to be transmitting through Facebook Live, the archetypes of the mind for half an hour only. But it's so that we know that there is this organization, and also I'm going to be talking about your work. I'm going to invite the people. Sometimes people, they connect from even Costa Rica, from Argentina, from Ensenada, Mexico, San Francisco, San Diego, Los Angeles. I'm going to be talking about this important effort that you are putting together, so that they connect and they can bring more and more ideas. Yeah. Uh-huh. I remember the most important things that I heard from Guru Lucia Cordero, and she said we need to change the state of the level of consciousness in the human being to one of unity, right? And there's a few things people do not know yet. For example, most of the population do not know that we don't have just one body. We're not a body. We have 7 bodies. And all those 7 bodies can be transformed. They can be kind of improved. They can be developed. And then when you develop all 7, then you develop a state of consciousness that is completely let's say, compassionate and connected to the universe. Because the last one is the one that has to do with totality. So you now respect anything, any form of life. So that in a little bit, I'm gonna be talking about this on the 10th. And yeah, thank you for listening to me. I think I'm talking too much. All right,
It's very good to hear you, Alberto. Thank you.
thank you.
Jamin, brother,
Yes, sir.
what was that gentleman's name? There was just a phone number there, and I messaged him privately, and he hasn't responded.
Oh, okay. It's Alberto. Alberto.
Okay, can you ask him, or if he can hear me, put his email address in there so we can get him onto the central thing? I would like to get together with him as soon as possible, since he's only 15 minutes away from me.
Perfect. Yes, Alberto.
Yeah.
Would you be good enough to put your email address? I'll put it in the chat. I'll just do a little message.
Thank you. Of course.
Yeah.
Alberto,
Okay,
wonderful to
Mike.
meet you. Wonderful to meet you. Thank you for your words of inspiration.
Thank you. Thank you. To me, it's an honor to be here. That you can open this space for us to participate. My email is my first name, and I'm gonna spell it A as in apple, U as in umbrella, S as in Sam, B as in boy, E as in Edward, R as in Rick, T as in Thomas, O as in Oscar, 77 at hotmail.com.
Sorry about that. I was moving. Is that correct? I typed it in there for everybody. I spell it correct?
Do you see that, Alberto, where Jeff typed it in the chat?
Hello. I don't see the board. I'm seeing only the video for each of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, check on the bottom. On the bottom there where it says share, it says chat next to it.
Share. Okay.
Look
let
for
me
it.
see
And it'll
if
open
I
up the
can
chat window on the right for you.
share.
Not share, chat. Chat, not share. The chat next to the share.
Phone? You're on your phone? Oh yeah. Are you on? Yeah, I think he's connected by phone, and so he may not be able to see the chat.
There's a ... in the lower right-hand corner.
O sea, hay tres puntos en la esquina abajo y a la derecha. Hay tres puntos. Hay que hacerle clic ahí.
Okay. Let's check. No, it's because my tablet doesn't have that option. But did I spell it? Could you hear my spelling for my first name?
Yeah, if you can repeat it one more time, we'll confirm it right now.
Okay, sure. It is A as in apple, U as in umbrella, S as in Sam, B as in boy, E as in Edward, R as in Rick, T as in Thomas, O as in Oscar, and the numbers 77 at hotmail.com. Yeah, got it. I now I can see it.
Perfect. Wonderful. Thank you.
Yeah, and it's correct. Thank you.
So I will invite you over to Ring Central, where all the groups are talking about the environmental solutions right now, from Guy McPherson to Yi Tao and everyone else.
All righty. Well, very good. Great to have everyone here. We had planned to talk about youth at this time for a bit. I think Myra is on a phone call. Jackie's with us. All right.
Hello.
Yeah, Maida and Jackie and Ryan. So would you like to talk about the topic of youth? And since that's your son, Maida, I will defer to you. What do you think?